Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something very important that is a very big problem in the online world right now. You may have heard the term Sephora girls, and I'm here to tell you exactly what that is.
Then the mom goes, take something out. The little girl lost her mind. She's like, no, I'm not taking anything out. And the mom was like, no, you're going to take something out because what even is in there? So she's like, what even is that? And the little girl's like, it's a flower bomb. I don't even know what a flower bomb is, but apparently it was a perfume. And the mom's like, you literally already have 2 other perfumes. Like, why do you need another one? And the little girl's just like, because I want it.
So very big on TikTok, and especially right now, there's a term called Sephora girls, and it's basically referring to like preteen girls who are going crazy in like shops like Sephora, etc., for all the latest skincare products, you know, the ones that they don't need. Because according to this article, growing skincare used by children is dangerous, say dermatologists. And then we have people like, well, I say people, these kids that are out there putting skincare that they don't need onto their faces, and it's, you know, I don't know why, right? Kids as young as 6 in this case here is not necessary as far as I'm aware. And not only is it not necessary, it's also extremely damaging in some cases. Now, according to this BBC article, the growing trend of children as young as 8 using skincare products could leave them with irreversible skin problems, the British Association for Dermatologists has warned. Some children are asking their parents for luxury items after seeing them used by their favourite influencers on platforms such as YouTube and TikTok. But many of these contain potentially harmful active ingredients intended for adults only, such as exfoliating acids. They can provoke allergies or eczema.
Okay, so since I put the concealer on top of my eyelids, they always look a bit too bright for my liking, and I like to put some colour to them. So I'm going to use, I don't want to get it in my eyelashes, mate. Put a little bit of like this brownie colour on the edge of my eyelashes, and it'll just warm my eyes up a little bit.
So influencers who are very, by their nature, influential to the young generation are sending these kids out looking for skincare products of the same ilk, even though they don't need it. Now, going back to this original story, 8-year-old Sadie first saw skincare videos on TikTok where influencers would talk about how good they were on the skin. Now, if you know anything about things like anti-aging creams and things like that, kids do not need that because their skin is not aging by its very nature, you know. She was particularly attracted to a product from the company Bubble, which when you push down comes up in a shape of a flower, she tells the BBC News. And US brand Drunk Elephant, because she liked the packaging a lot. See, that's a major problem with this particular brand and others similar to it, that they package it, not intended allegedly for young people, but they package it so it's attractive to young people. Sadie begged her mother, Lucy, to buy them. When she refused, realising they were unsuitable, Sadie approached other family members less aware of the potential harm. So you see there, this particular child is not content with not being able to get what she wants. She is going around and trying to play the system to try and get the items which she's been told online by her favourite people that they are the best for her. But Lucy says the products made Sadie's skin itchy and red, and she had to stop her daughter using them. She said it's really difficult when it's all your child will talk about. Sadie likes to do skincare together with her friends, and she feels left out if she's not involved in that, which is understandable. This is how kids feel. But this is like an 8-year-old, bear in mind. You know, in my opinion, an 8-year-old, they should be out playing or doing something, you know, active, not playing with with skincare. It's not really important for them at that stage. BBC News has also received messages from several parents worried about their child's interest in skincare and the influence of social media and friends. With its bright coloured packaging and cartoon animal logo, Drunk Elephant is one of the brand's most frequently featured in adult and child influencers' online skincare routines. And as you can see by this, the packaging and the advert together on this particular one, it's marketed for kids. It's marketed so kids will be attracted to it. So yeah, they're going to go for it, even if it's not appropriate for them. And that's, that comes down to marketing and the social media people behind all the get ready with me things on TikTok and stuff like that. They show it off like it's this thing that they need to have, and obviously the kids, they want to be like their idols that they watch, and that's when it comes down to the teen influencers in particular showing off all these things that they're buying, and then the younger ones go out and pester their mums for it, or they go around being absolutely insanely bad at the shops, which I've heard lots of stories about. Now, Drunk Elephant in particular has become so popular, founder Tiffany Masterson has had to tell kids and tweens to stay away from our more potent products because they're not suitable, such as acids and retinols. See, even the founder of that product or that brand has had to come out and say, kids, it's not for you, right? Their skin does not need these ingredients quite yet, and that's true. And it's unbelievable. I've been reading some comments on TikTok from people defending the use of these products on kids. They say, oh, they're just experimenting, they're just doing this, they're just doing that, let them be. And it's like, it's not healthy for their skin. You need to stop doing that. But it's a whole culture on social media, in particular on TikTok. It's absolutely insane, scary in actual fact. Now, it goes on to say here, skincare content is unrestricted on social media, and many daily routine and get ready with me videos attract millions of views. A very, very popular social media stars, if you like Casey J here, she just, they have a huge fan base, a hugely young fan base, and they have a lot of influence over the young people, and they put it out there that these are the things that you need in order to look like me, and these are good for your skin. Because the other thing that they'll say is this product is good for my skin, it makes my skin do this, or it makes my skin glow, or it makes my skin healthy and whatnot, right? But the thing is that some of these influencers are much older than the kids that they are influencing. So the skincare is not necessarily going to be good for the children that they are influencing, even if the skincare is good for the influencer's skin. So they really need to be careful and think about who they are influencing, and maybe rein it in a little bit, and just maybe not do it, to be honest with you. Now, finally, I found a really good story time TikTok video that I think you might find very interesting. I did. It was from a Sephora worker, works at Sephora, and it tells of an experience that they had with one of these Sephora girls.
So the other day when I was working, we were kind of busy, so the line was kind of long, and this little girl walks up to me, and her basket is literally overflowing. Like, the amount of products that were in there She had to have been maybe 9, 10, maybe 11 years old, but regardless, definitely way too young to be shopping at Sephora. And I start grabbing the items out so I could scan them, and before I can start, she goes, wait, I have 2 perfumes on hold. Can you get those too? And I'm like, yeah, of course. What's your name? So I go grab her perfumes, and then she goes, can you scan those first so I can see how much they are? So I proceed to scan the 2 perfumes, and the 2 perfumes alone came out to $300. $300. $300. So after she saw the price of the 2 perfumes, I guess that wasn't enough. So she was like, okay, yeah, you can scan the rest of the items in the basket. She's by herself. So I'm kind of just like, who's with her? Like, did she come with a sister, a friend, her mom? Like, who is this little girl with? So I finished scanning all her products, and her total came out to almost $900. After I told her total, she looks at me and she looks at me and she kind of gives me like a nervous kind of look. She's like, and in my head, I'm like, girl, yeah, what did you think the total was going to come out to? So I see her look to her left. To the left, I see that there's an older lady who is her mom and a younger girl, which is her sister. And they're checking out at the register like 2 down from me. And the little girl calls the sister over, and the sister's like, what? Like, how much is it? And she's like, well, how much was yours? And the sister goes, $500. She said that so normal, like, she literally looked at her and said, yeah, $500. So the one that I'm helping out goes, well, mine is almost $900. So then her sister is like, well, do you have enough? And she was like, no, but I'm probably just going to use mom's money. So I'm kind of just watching this all go down, and in my head, I'm like, so what are we doing here? Like, are you going to get it or not? Like, our line is long. It was literally right after the holidays. You know, the line wasn't going to get any shorter. So then I tell the girl, are you going to be paying cash or card? And she goes, sorry, can you give me 1 second? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So she calls her mom over, and the mom like looks at me and she smiles, and then she looks down and goes, wait, how much is it? And the little girl tells her. The mom literally freaked out. She was like, what? No way you're about to spend $900, which in my head, I'm like, period, like, thank you for putting her in place. Anyways, the mom is furious, and the little girl is just looking at her like, what? Like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna spend $900. Like, I don't know what you're looking at. So I'm kind of just looking at them like, what do I do? And then the mom goes, take something out. The little girl lost her mind. She's like, no, I'm not taking anything out. And the mom was like, no, you're going to take something out because what even is in there? So she's like, what even is that? And the little girl's like, it's a flower bomb. I don't even know what a flower bomb is. But apparently it was a perfume. And the mom's like, you literally already have 2 other perfumes. Like, why do you need another one? And the little girl's just like, because I want it. Growing up, if I ever said anything like that to my mom, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, because we're not getting anything at Sephora anymore, and I'm going home to get my ass beat. So time goes on, they're arguing back and forth, and the little girl kind of is just, she's not having it. She's like, I'm not putting anything back, like, no. So finally the little girl's like, okay, fine, I'll take it out. And she takes it out, and then she goes, but that's the last thing I'm taking out. I'm not taking anything else out. Like, I'm sorry, who's the mom here? Because this is the problem. The problem isn't the kids, it's the parents. Because why aren't you guys sitting there saying, you know, holding your ground? Like, these iPad kids, these little girls have never heard the word no, and they kind of just get what they want so they can shut up and the parents can move on with their day. Okay, so then once she removes the perfume, the total was still at like $700. And the mom's like, take something else out. And the little girl's like, no, I already told you I'm not taking anything else out. And then, you know, me trying to like be nice and also get this line moving, I'm just like, hey, like, I see that you have 3 Glossier lip products, like, and they're all the same flavor, like, did you want all 3? And the mom looks at me kind of like saying like, thank you, and then looks at the little girl and she's like, yeah, I know that there's 3. I didn't know what to do. I said, you're right. There's 3. I'm sorry. Stupid fucking thing of me to say. Like, there's 3 and there's a reason there's 3, so I'm so sorry. You're right. So then I just shut the fuck up. Long story short, after minutes and minutes of arguing, the little girl ended up spending $500 at Sephora instead of almost $900, and the mom was okay with it.
So as you can see, this situation is becoming quite out of hand at the moment, and it's all down to the influencers. The influencers influence the children. They go out to the stores and they go mad. They want to get what they want to get, and they'll stop at nothing. I've heard of stories where they're pushing adults out of the way to get to these products which they absolutely must get, and in some cases they're selling out in the stores because the kids have been told that this is the product that they need by their favorite influencer, and they go out and get it irrespective